Hey team, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. It is Barricade 19 here, bringing you the start of my very first Let's Play here on YouTube. Today we're gonna be running through Fire Emblem 7. This was the first game to be released in the United States, so you'll probably find it just as Fire Emblem, but it's the 7th game in the franchise. And it was designed to be, at least story-wise, function as kind of a prequel for Fire Emblem 6. The previous, yes, it is the previous game, but it takes place after. It's got main characters, children, the whole bit. So it's actually kind of cooler, in my opinion, to play this one first, even though it's technically out of the franchise order. That being said, before we dive in, a couple things to get out of the way. First off, this is the first Let's Play that I've ever done on YouTube. So as a result, please don't go into this with super high expectations. I'm still learning. I know a lot about Fire Emblem, but I don't know a whole lot about this whole YouTube thing. So yeah, please don't go into this thinking I'm going to be perfect. I'm far from it. And then, alright, so let's get started. Let's just get started. New game. We're going to be playing Hector mode for the purposes of this Let's Play. We're going to be playing Hector's normal mode, mainly because I have not tried Hector's hard mode yet. I've seen other Let's Plays of it, and if we're being completely honest, I'm afraid of it. So we're just going to roll with Hector's normal mode today. So let's get started then. Alright, I have to, yep. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and make a new tactician really fast, like. Doot, 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 doot. And up. Sorry. There we go. Just like that. Press start, and these are all fine and dandy. Really quick, I'm not gonna be skipping the cutscenes, because some people do care about that. Cutscenes are very important to some people. But I'm not gonna read it out loud because you can read. Although there is a lot of cutscening, that's a verb, cutscening in the first portion of the game. So I'm just gonna kind of chill out and let this run. Also, if I'm cycling the dialogue, or dialogue too quickly, please let me know in the comments and I will slow it down. Love it. Here we go. I'm excited. I'm very excited. It's gonna be great. This is gonna be great. As soon as we get through the copious amounts of cutscenes, it's gonna be great. Promise. I shouldn't promise that. This sure is taking a while. We're almost through the cutscene, I think. I think there's one more sequence, and then we're there. This is off. This is a little awkward. I don't really know what to be saying here in the cutscene though. It's not really, because if people are reading it, then it's going to distract. But if you do already know the story, I highly recommend skipping through dialogue and cutscene portions of this video, as that will take less of your time. And it will still look like you watched the video to completion, and that will make me happy. So I won't be able to tell the difference. Oh, nani? I'm so sorry. There he is. Look at him. Ooh, that was easy. Hector one-shots, no problem. Okay, alright. We're almost there. I swear it. We're almost to gameplay. Alright. Here it comes. Here we go. Okay. So, this is the first map in Hector's story. The first thing you'll notice is that there are a lot of doors and a lot of cracked walls to break. And you can pretty much just ignore all of it. It's a pretty straightforward map. You got two paths, two choices in terms of how you get to the end of it. And, yeah, it's pretty straightforward. The goal is to defeat Wire. He's the boss. He's not that bad, especially if you're on normal mode. Alright, let's talk about our first two units here. First we got Hector. I'm not really going to be doing a huge, in-depth, analysis of each character as they come or anything like that, unless it gets requested enough, or I think that people really want to see that. But I honestly think at this moment in time, it's just going to take time, and just add minutes. Just pad the runtime, actually. So I'm just going to say that Hector is a pretty good unit. He's got pretty solid growths all around, and his personal weapon is pretty darn good. My one issue with Hector is that he has 5 movement for the entire game. Like, even after he promotes, he still has just 5 movement, and that's not very, especially compared to later units, that's not great. His bases are all really good, his growths are all pretty good. Pretty respectable stuff. C rank and axes at the base is pretty good as well. So he's not the best in my opinion, but he's pretty darn good. And then we have Matthew the Thief. Matthew's growth rates are inconsequential except for his speed, because he is a thief and he is designed for thieving. You can use him for combat, but really it's not his purpose. So his stats, other than speed and his growth rates and everything that's not speed, really don't matter too terribly much. Because his ability to steal is dependent on his speed. But he's got a really high speed growth, he's got really high base speed, so he's good. He's set. He is about as essential, or about as good as you need a thief to be good. So that is Matthew. And then the boss, Wire, is your basic Armor Knight. He looks really high level, but honestly, this is it's not that bad. Especially since Hector's Wolf Bale is super effective against him, so not a huge deal. We are going to start. I'm just popping open this door, Matthew, and then Hector can come down here and truck this guy with his hand axe pretty easily. So, excuse me? I'm so sorry. Emulator had a moment there. But, yeah. Alright, another archer. And again, if you really look at the... Oh, hello. I am so sorry about that. The emulator is having a bad day, I guess. Yeah, that being that aside, I'm gonna go ahead and check this, check that. I'm gonna go ahead and give Matthew this kill. It's not a huge deal. We're not doing a ranked run or anything, so experience sharing is not a huge deal. This just gives Hector room to do other things. So we're gonna do that, and then I'm actually just gonna put Hector right about here, because now he can pull all these guys and get some work done. So now we just watch, I guess, as Hector commits mass murder. There's no other real term for it. This guy is going to go down easy because FE7 enemies are honestly... they're honestly quite bad. They really are not good as far as units go, much less enemy units. Like, the archers are pretty accurate, but other than that... Okay, Hector first level up. Let's see what we got. Here we go. Alright, defense is not a bad thing to level. I won't complain. You'll notice that I am completely and totally ignoring these three. That's because I don't want to fight them, and because of the way the map is structured, these guys have no way of reaching me, unless they break down the walls. And they don't. I've played this a couple of times, and they definitely don't target the walls, so we're going to give this guy to Matthew really quick. Oh, crit! Hello! Totally unnecessary, but I won't complain, I guess. And then we're just gonna walk up with Hector. Probably isn't smart, but I want him dead, and this kills him, so... It's, you know, it's whatever you gotta do, right? You'll notice that these enemies are really weak, and that's just kind of part of Fire Emblem 7. It honestly... The enemies in this game, if you just look at these guys, are just really bad. There's so many zeros in that stat line, you know what I'm saying? Like, these guys are they're all just kind of bad. FE7 enemies are just not hard. Even on Hector hard mode, they're not too awful. So I'm gonna go ahead and send Matthew after that chest. There's a red gem in there. I like that. And he's not in range of the archer to go get that chest, so it's all good. Red gem is good. We're not going for a ranked run or anything, but money is always nice to have. I don't know how many times I'm going to end up saying that this isn't a ranked run, but you should probably know that this isn't a ranked run. Alright, boss time. Because, again, I can totally ignore this guy. It's not like Hector is going to be hurting for experience throughout the game or anything, so I really just don't need to worry about it. This guy will kill Hector in 2 hits, as it is right now, but Hector will also kill him in 2 hits. So I think, in order to conserve vulneraries, I'm just going to wait here with the Wolfbale equipped, so that way Hector doesn't have a chance to die on enemy phase. Pro tip, while they're chatting, pro tip, if you don't feel comfortable attacking the boss because you think they'll get you on enemy phase, just don't attack, and then they'll attack you first. And especially like if they got Nosferatu or something, they won't be able to heal themselves under those circumstances, so you'll just hit them and you'll hit them, and if they couldn't already kill you, they won't be able to kill you. So yeah, just waiting next to bosses is a completely viable strategy. Sorry, I think that was a bit quick. Okay, so he's gonna do that. Very effective. As again, the Wolfbale is effective against Armor Knights, and Wire is literally just kind of designed to drive that point home, and make it look easy. Yeah, Hector's got a 90% chance to hit, and I like those odds. I'm not really trying to go for a tutorial here. I'm assuming that anybody watching this is kind of a basic understanding of the game already, which might be a mistake. And if that is the truth, if it turns out that people that are watching this don't actually know the game and are trying to figure out if they should play it, first off, do it. And then second, I will go into a bit more depth. I just need to be aware of that. Just like let me know that, so that I understand. Ooh, level up. Skill is good. He struggles with skill, and luck is irrelevant, so it works out. Luck's not irrelevant, I shouldn't say that. Anyway, let me know, I guess, in the comments how y'all are doing in terms of prior knowledge, so that I can take care of my audience, you know what I mean? Yeah, so that was basically the chapter. Killing Wire ends the chapter. You can totally ignore those top 3 guys. They're entirely irrelevant. I don't know why they're there. We just leave them for the Austrian Guard to find later, I guess. They are completely and totally irrelevant. Yeah, so this is a Hector exclusive chapter, I should say. If you play Eliwood's mode, you get a different first chapter. That is, they're about the same level of difficulty. I'd honestly argue that this is easier. Even though you only have 2 units, it's child's play. You can totally ignore everything, just use Hector. There are probably other ways, probably better, more optimal ways to do it, but that's the first way I thought of, and I think it worked pretty well, so. I am excited though. I'm excited for the next chapter. We're gonna have a lot of new units to peek at, and it's gonna be pretty great. Just have to get through this cutscene. Alright, so that is going to go ahead and end this very first part of the Let's Play. Thank you for watching. I apologize if the constant cutscenes made it a little unengaging to follow. If that's the case in the future, I will post some timestamps or something in the description to skip to when the chapter actually starts, so on and so forth. But some people might want to see it and keep it in, so that's why I left it there. Also, I apologize for the little emulator bugs that happened there. I wasn't really expecting that to happen, but I will try to see if I can't figure out what caused that and fix it for the next part. I'm sorry about that technical error there. But yeah, on that note, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, the whole bit, and I will see you next time. Bye.